My dear students, we will do the chapter The Midnight Visitor written by Robert J. Arthur Jr. The story is about a witty secret agent named Ausable. He was with the narrator named Fowler throughout the evening, as Fowler loved to spend time with a secret agent. But he was not happy when he had to spend time with Ausable due to his unattractive looks. He felt uncomfortable in his company. His thought about Ausable changed with time later. So let's go through the story to find how or what happened that changed Fowler's mind. Fowler felt that Ausable did not look like a secret agent at all. He was following Ausable to his room through a smelly and a bit scary corridor. His room was on the top floor, which was the sixth floor of the hotel. Ausable was a very fat man, and his accent was American, although he had been living in Paris for the last 20 years and could speak a bit of French and German. Then Ausable told Fowler that he had been told that he was going to meet a secret agent, a spy agent who had been dealing with danger, crime, and drugs. But Fowler was disappointed. He had to spend the evening in a music hall with an old, poorly dressed, extremely fat man who used traditional methods for making the informations travel. He then exclaimed that Fowler was bored with him. As soon as he opened the door of his room, Ausable gave way to Fowler. He entered the room, closed the door, and turned on the light. Then Ausable told Fowler that the best part was yet to come, as they would soon be coming across a paper for which a lot of men and women had risked their lives. And that report was very, very important. As soon as the light was turned on, Fowler experienced his first thrill of visiting a secret agent, as he saw a man with an automatic pistol standing across the room. Now students, you will note that this stranger, this man with the automatic pistol, is the midnight visitor, and therefore the title of the story is justified. Ausable recognized the man as Max and asked him what he was doing in his room when he was supposed to be in Berlin. Max was thin, a bit short, and his face looked a bit like that of a fox. He seemed harmless, except the gun he was holding. Max said he wanted the report about the missiles for which Ausable had been waiting. He felt that he would be able to keep it more safely. In fact, he just wanted the reports for his own benefit. Osable sat down on a chair and started speaking that he would definitely have a fight with the management of the hotel, as this was the second time that someone had climbed up from the balcony of the room. Then Fowler looked towards the window and saw that it was an ordinary window and that it was pretty much dark outside the window. But Max replied that he entered with the master key and did not know about the balcony. Had he known about it, his work would have become much easier. Osable continued that it was not his balcony through which people had tried coming in, but was of the next apartment. He then started explaining things to Fowler that his room used to be a part of a large unit and the room next to his room used to be a living room. Then he said that it had the balcony that came till the window of his room. Then he said that to climb up to his room, one needed to go to the empty room, which was 2 rooms away from his room, and climb up the balcony. Then he said that somebody did climb up the balcony last month as well. He also told Fowler that the management had told him that they would surely get it blocked. But they still hadn't done so. Max asked Fowler to sit down as there was still half an hour for the report to reach. Osable joked that it was not 30 minutes but 31 minutes that were left for the report to reach them. The report was supposed to come in around 12:30 at night. Osable said that he wished he had known how Max had come to know about the report coming in. Max smiled wickedly and said that he also wished to know how Osable and his team had got the report. Then suddenly a knock was heard at the door. Fowler was scared by the knock on the door. Or rather, it can be said he was excited by the knock on the door. Osable informed that he had asked the police to check on him after regular intervals to ensure that everything was all right. Max became nervous about the situation as the knocking continued. He bit his lip and Osable asked him what he should do next. Osable added that the door was unlocked and if he did not let him open the door, the police would enter anyway and would definitely shoot if they saw him with a gun. Max was angry by the time. He kept on asking Osable to send the people away. The knocking on the door grew louder and someone from outside called for Mr. Osable twice. Max was sitting on the window sill and was facing inside so that his gun could still be pointed towards Mr. Osable and Fowler. Max then held the window sill and sat at the sill with both legs facing outside. The door knob turned and Max thought that the police would be coming in, so he jumped from the sill, expecting to fall on the balcony. But when he fell, a loud and shrill scream was heard. But it was just heard once. When the door opened, a waiter stood at the door with a tray, a bottle of wine, and 2 glasses. He came in and kept everything on the table and said that it was the bottle that Ausable had ordered for. He opened the cork of the bottle skillfully and left. Fowler did not understand what had happened and stammered that where was the police, to which Ausable replied that there was no police and that he knew already that it was Henry the waiter and he was expecting him only. Then again Fowler asked about the man outside the window, to which Ausable replied that he would never come back as there was no balcony and that Max had fallen on the ground from the top floor of the building. Now students, you can understand from the story that when a person falls from a considerable height of a building, what could happen to the person? He would meet with serious injuries and may even die. So that was what happened to Max. And you must have understood, students, that the story that Ausable narrated to Max and Fowler was just a story that he made up at this crucial point to get rid of Max. So you can understand how witty he was, how clever he was, and therefore Fowler became his fan and he realized that it's not the looks that can help a person to judge about the person. The person may be intelligent, the person may be clever, and that was what Ausable proved himself to be, though he was not attractive by his looks. That's all. Thank you. Have a nice day.